これは明らかマナー悪い。
I really hate it when people make up dumb rules about Japan, but this thing is honestly a lot more valid than the don't show your shoulders in Japan, you'll freak people out kind of myth that a lot of people like to perpetuate. You could see in this video a bunch of tourists sitting on the floor. Japanese people have a lot to say about this. Lots of different point of views. Comments that are shocked. Seriously, this is Japan. Where are you sitting? Don't sit there. Comments that say Japan is becoming lawless. Eventually a slum will develop. This is Japan's future. Japan is going downhill. Comments that say to throw water on them, run an electric shock through them. Comments that say these foreigners should leave, they should get deported, they're a nuisance. There's no benefit with the increased tourism for the locals because it's not like our taxes are getting any cheaper. Kishida, the Prime Minister, called them here, so deal with them in Hiroshima. Whatever that means. Comments that say, although it might be normal behavior in your country, it is considered poor behavior in Japan, so please respect Japan's rules and enjoy your stay here. Comments that say foreigners like this should be forgiven because they're not sitting in the middle of the pathway, they're not being a public nuisance to anyone, they're not making a ruckus. They should be shown understanding if there's no other seats around for them to sit on. They're sitting in a compact group, not spread out, and not leaving their rubbish behind. This particular commenter reckons that OP is more rude for uploading footage of these tourist faces over something so trivial. Comments that say there are Japanese people who do this too, as in sitting on the floor. They also condemn the people making a big deal out of it just because it's foreigners doing it. So takeaway point from all of this is, yes, some Japanese people do sit on the floor, but it is considered very poor form and by a lot of people a public nuisance. If you do this as a tourist, you will stick out like a sore thumb and you will become an easy target for criticism. Honestly, the most typical place I can think of where I've seen Japanese people sitting on the floor is Kabukicho at nighttime in Shinjuku. Don't really recall ever seeing people sitting on the floor inside a building or in the station, for sure. I mean, I've seen tourists, but oh, and sitting on the stairs is also no-no. So, in my very humble opinion, I really don't recommend you do any of the above. But if you really need to take a break there and there, then just try and be respectful and as discreet as possible as you can about it. If you gotta rest, you gotta rest, right? In case anyone's curious, as residents, if we need to have a rest, we usually find somewhere with chairs to sit down, like a cafe or something. Oh, and the grass is also considered okay. The information is there, do with it what you will. Have fun traveling and stay safe. じゃあね。